And it's not only that, baby. Watch it.
Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome back. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. My voice is not in the best shape, so if I need to reach over and have a sip of my drink, please bear with me. Since I did the unboxing with this, which was not really an unboxing, I got this box set with many other records. I've been asked by you a couple of times to do a little video about this box set, and this is the video today. First of all, I got this box as a VCLT from Rocco Pieces of Vinyl, and I was close to tears. It's a present that keeps on giving, and it's just phenomenal. The box set itself was released in May 2020 and limited to 1,000. They did a rerun, and both of these runs are sold out. I wish that Vinyl Me Please would make these records individually available in their shop, because I think some of these records are only available in this set. Other ones are also being reissued and also being available for a reasonable price, between 20 to 30 euro, depending on where you get it. In stores, on Discogs, on eBay, on marketplaces, record fairs. So there are out there. This box set is tremendously well been done. I love the cover out of it. You got this wonderful booklet with it, where you can see, I hope you can see that you have Zamrock embossed on this, and you get informations to each and every record, some pictures. Fantastic. And this is an absolutely great entrance point to get into Zamrock. All right, which albums were there? I put this down so I have some space. So this is I think one album with my most favorite cover art of all the records I have. This is a recreation cover, because the album has never been released in the first place. So this was an unreleased album by Fireballs, and they did one album. This was released. The second album was unreleased, and the tapes were kept somewhere. It was forgotten, and then it was sent to a Canadian producer in 2015. And also in the booklet, hold on. Also in the booklet, you'll find a copy of the original tape. And I love this kind of stories of the long forgotten album, which has now finally been released. I love those stories, and it's a great record. It's an absolutely fantastic record. The oscillations, I can see it coming, is missing the record because it's on my turntable. One of those I listen to very much. And for me, the word cover art is getting a whole new meaning. Look at this cover. Next to the fact that it's a fantastic record, some crazy guitar work on it, the cover art is absolutely stunning. And once again, Vinyl Me Please did a fantastic job with the covers. And one of those reissues labels, before I forget it, is Now and Again. They don't have a shop on their website, but their reissues are also fantastic. So Now and Again, have a look for this. If you are into garage, the 5 Revolutions, Boyfriends, I'm a Free Man is something to go to. It has a great vibe to it. It's one of those I listen to all the time. But if you would ask me to make a top 3 out of these, it would be impossible, because depending on the mood you're in, it's always different. But this is a great one. Ricky Banda. Don't make me spell that out. I have no idea. But also label. Fantastic label. Great record. Once again, fantastic picture. And yeah, this was a little backstory. Amanas was a record which was kind of my entry point into Zamrock. This was, I think, reissued from a German company, so you could find it here in German record stores in 27 or 28. No, in 2007 or 2008. I'm sorry. And by Shack Dogs, I think Shack Dogs record, who did a reissue, and I really liked it. But I kind of got more into soul and disco. But this was actually a reissue I had very early on. And when somebody comes over and say, hey, can we listen to some Zamrock? What would be a great entrance point? This is the record I play. It's a great entrance point and has some fantastic music on it. I love having the original version of a record. And in 2010, I was in a record store up here in Cologne, and he had an original Lazy Bones from Witch. And it was 800 euro or 1,000. And I looked at that record and I was like, okay, it was totally out of reach. I couldn't even think about buying it. But I looked at it and it looked like somebody drove with a car all over the cover for a couple of times. And also the record looked like totally beaten up. And I was like, why is this so expensive? I mean, look at this record. It's been like looking like it's been in and out of trash a couple of times. And well, the record store owner explained me they're original, they're from Zambia, they're totally difficult to get. And if you find an original, even in this kind of condition, it's that rare. And I did some research back then, research, and there was, I checked Zamrock.org, which was a website where you can find news about Zamrock and some information. Unfortunately, this website is no more available, but there was a great resource. When you check the Wayback Machine and check for Zamrock.org, you still find some screen captures from back in those days. And he put that record on. I loved the content, but it was warped. It was still playable, but it was warped, and the sound was horrible. It was popping, it was clicking, it was like being in a sandstorm. And you were like, oh my God, and this is 800 euro. And from my point of view, I couldn't even enjoy this record. I said after the second track, I'm sorry, it's great music, but I can't hear, I'm getting headache. It's too much distortion. And so he told me that the recording studios weren't good. The vinyl quality was horrible. And this combination, is not perfect for having a good sounding record. But how are we able to have all these albums? Well, in late 60s, early 70s, Kenneth Kandu, the first president of Zambia, asked the radio stations, hey, what about our local music? And they say, hey, what about our local music? Well, it's getting lost. I only hear Elvis Presley, I hear Cliff Richard, I hear the Beatles, but I don't hear locally music. I don't hear music from Zambia. So I want you to play 95% of the music from Zambia. And the DJs were like, okay, this is how, because there weren't really single releases from Zambian musicians, there were no albums, there were nothing. And slowly after this, the industry really started, that they built recording studios and labels, and like I said, a whole industry about this, and that was slowly building. Zamrock had its heydays between 1972 and 1979. And the question is always, why did it die? It's like with disco. There was HIV, many artists died, many singers, musicians died. But also the taste changed. In my opinion, disco never died. And I also think Zamrock really never died. Maybe it was transformed to something different. And so you had a new generation of musicians, a new taste. And so maybe some of these musicians had no idea about the story of Zamrock, how socially important it was, how important it was in many ways. But for decades, Zamrock was kind of, it was out there, but who was, which, who? No, I have no idea. So, and with the internet coming up and all of this, Zamrock got back, and also the reissues. And I think one of the most famous Zamrock bands is The Witch. And this is their first album. And the version you find on the vinyl playset is actually the first version of the first album. There's a second version of the first album which has a black and white cover with a picture of the band. And I also think that the songs are different on the second version. I'm not sure, but I think. And this one was made in not big amounts, so like a couple of hundreds, and they were sold at concerts. So finding this in kind of clean version is very, very difficult, and I think close to impossible. Because usually the paper quality wasn't great. Usually, like I said, the vinyl quality wasn't great. So yeah, those are tremendously rare, and I'm super happy that Vinyl Me Please included the original first one. Wise Man from Crossbone. Crossbone was a collaboration of two groups, and I have a very soft spot for this one because it features some female vocals on it, which are tremendously good and soulful. So it's absolutely down my alley. And so this is also the one I'm hearing the most. The most famous one, I think, is 45,000 Walls by the Nagosi family. This one had been re-recorded a couple of years later after this one was released. It has the second version. It's called 45,000 Walls, I think Volume 2. And it has way more guitar on it. But personally, this is a killer record. If you find the reissue somewhere, even if you find an original of it for a decent price and in a good shape, which is, I don't think, near to impossible, but if you go and grab this is a fantastic Zamrock record, starting from the cover art up to the label. This is a fantastic one, and I absolutely do recommend this. This is on my playlist number 1, number 2. Like I said, it's depending on the mood I'm in, but this is a fantastic album. So all in all, Vinyl Me Please did a fantastic job. I also wish they would have offered this individually in a shop instead of the 10th version of Miles Davis or some other records where I said, okay, yeah, but this would be important to make this more available for people. So I also wish they would have kept the box in print because the demand is there. But all in all, many of these you get for a reasonable price on a reissue label. Yeah, I love this box set. I'm listening to this record like weekly. They are always in heavy rotation, so I don't even bother putting the records back in the box because it makes no sense, because I'm constantly pulling them out. Also the booklet, it's been very well been done. If you want this box set, I've seen it on Discogs between 400 to 500 euro. If you absolutely want to have it, I hope there will be a third reissue of this because the price is insane. Go and grab it. Otherwise, go and check out for the reissues for a reasonable price. So that was my little Zamrock video. Yes, I'm totally into Zamrock. I love Zamrock. Not all Zamrock records are fantastic and great and killer records, but most of them are fantastic. And if you happen to find one in a good condition, and good means, I think, up here in VG, if you find one in VG Plus, even with torn up corners, all this, yeah, and it's a great price for you, go and grab it, but don't expect sound-wise a highlight. So this is what I can say. So I hope you like my little Zamrock video. I'm wishing you guys a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, listen to good music, maybe Zamrock, maybe The Witch, and I'll see you next time.